All right, everybody. I'm just doing an update for July 30th, 2019. The news. It's a Tuesday. The news cycle, or what's talking about in the United States, and from the probably more conservative side of the news in California, and listen to Michael Savage, some other people, Infowars. So what we're looking at is censorship from big tech media and AI, all sorts of tech stuff regarding. There was a Capital One breach hack, so big tech is under pressure. Continues to be under pressure to be regulated, to stop censorship. That's the general theme. It's like ongoing uh, addressing of that issue. The other issue, the current, I think it's today, on today's date, possibly gotta look that up. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, currently, I believe, I gotta check if he signed it into legislation, a rule that a presidential candidate to be on the ballot, I'm not sure what specifics on that, has to show his tax returns. It's directed at Trump. Is that exclusively for Trump? Does it apply to Democrats who run on tickets? Not sure. But Gavin Newsom is playing national politics. That would exclude if Trump doesn't accept that, you can't vote for Trump. And there's also the various states who've, I guess, essentially banned the voter delegate system, um, the voter college. I don't know if California voted for that, but they probably did. I got to check on that. So we've got essentially partisan politics that are going to the level of excluding freedom of choice. It's insane. What else do we have? Hong Kong. I like to mention international politics. Hong Kong had a protest in their streets. Numbers, mostly younger people, but previous to that, there's the million people are around that went out the street. The majority of the whole city state went out and protested. The Chinese government had to back down. Their puppet is in charge of the city, the mayor. I think her name is Lam. Anyway, they've been cracking down on protests, outlawing them, banning them. They went. The people of Hong Kong went out anyway, and they don't want communist rule essentially. And I think it's moving to the point where it's going to be outwardly just open air, just conflict. Mainland China, communist China does not want to let go of Hong Kong, and Hong Kong people do not want to be ruled by communists. They have too much freedom, experience and freedom. And the Chinese government is now cracking down a little bit harder. I think there's, casualties in the street from, right type police. And also one last thing on that, I believe some, if not the official government, some part of the Australian government has stated that they support democracy or independence or something along those lines of Hong Kong. So you're getting, and then people will go, well, that's a colonial power, blah, blah, blah. That's what some of the uh, that's what the Chinese government will say to combat that. But we all can see that Hong Kong, the people of Hong Kong who are Chinese, want freedom and at least democracy and some freedom or whatever, whichever range you want to put it. They don't want to live under the current communist style of government. It didn't seem like a good idea, and they're just not gonna mesh. There's like a was it two anyway they're not gonna separate their governments at one point, and that's where the conflict is beginning. So you can have separate governance, in like Taiwan, which is not even it's claimed by mainland China, but they run their own government. Communist China wants Taiwan and Hong Kong to be part of their country 100%, as far as like laws, dictatorship, all that stuff. So this is Okay, so we'll leave it at that. That's kind of a recap this early in this week. And then, of course, we had the rats comment in Baltimore where one of the Democratic Congress people or whatever, I think his name is Isa. I'm not sure. I forget his name. He, if you look up this week, you'll find it. He claims that Trump is racist for saying your city has rats. What I'm hearing is that even people on the Democratic side and city people have, admitted that their parts of their city have infestations. But I also heard that that the person who's in charge of Baltimore, I don't remember his name. Sorry, he is in head of a commission to try to get Trump's taxes. So there's obviously politics there, but that's okay. Well, anyway, that's what's going on this week. Politics, rats, racism, Hong Kong, freedom. What else? Oh yeah. Oh, the one last thing. The local news at Michael Savage is talking about homelessness, eating meals where he sees someone defecate in San Francisco and needles everywhere and all that. That is an ongoing local issue that is continuing to heat up and connects to the national stage with the Baltimore rats and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much a roundup of this week so far, and I might chime in at the end if any different trends come up. Oh yeah, Bitcoin is kind of stuck under 10,000, and it's chopping and it's not moving. So it's not a good time to invest at this point. And there's also an article I like to read that's trying to question the validity of Bitcoin because they don't think it can replace government money, and also other competitors are coming in. So their premise is that Bitcoin may be over as a large viable cryptocurrency. So yeah, once you get the Imperium involved, it might be difficult. So there was a big jump and fluctuation in Bitcoin a week or two ago now. You can profit on the rise and it dropped. So it might have been just an exiting of some players, but it was fun to watch. Okay, so that's the wrap up for this beginning of this week, Tuesday, July 30th.